Expectations. Whose expectations? My own expectations from me? Others' expectations from me? Society's expectations imposed on others? And as a result of all of that, my expectation from others for me. What is it that I expect from others? And driven by the pattern of expectations, how do I think? How do I feel? And how do I respond in terms of behavioral change as a result of multifaceted expectation syndicate? It all started from what others expected of me. The environment I grew in, was I male? Was I female? And what role did they expect me to play? First of all, a gender role of a woman. What kind of education were they provided? What kind of jobs were they expected to do? Were they married too early? Was it okay for them to hold positions of importance or become CEO of companies? Or was it just because you're a woman, you can't, you shouldn't. You might have some aspirations of your own. Hey, I want to do something in my life in terms of education and achievement, but you couldn't if you were a woman in certain part of the world, born and raised at a certain time period. Then as a result, start playing some roles in your life. Role of a daughter, son, role of brother, sister, older, younger, role of husband, wife, role of being a parent, playing a role in an organization, a religious non-profit organization or a non-religious for-profit organization, corporate or otherwise. So in the process of playing my role, also called dharma of a parent, son, daughter, dharma of being a man, dharma of being a woman, did I lose myself in the process? Did I forget about my own dharma? Did I forget about my Atma Dharma? Did I forget about the voice of the God that I cannot even recognize it, that I no longer know what is the voice of my heart, let alone follow it? And this pattern of expectation would not want it to be recognized because this pattern of expectation will hide behind dharma, duty, doing the right thing, being polite, having manners, and so on and so forth, following the norms, the traditions, the values, so-called. Imagine being driven by this pattern of expectation from morning to night, day in, day out, year after year, decade after decade, generation after generation. This pattern of expectation being passed down from generation to generation to generation. The pattern lives through us while we are not being ourselves and living the life we chose to live, living the life that I expected to live. What are my expectations of myself, if there is any such thing? And when my expectations are not met, on when others' expectations of me are not met, which I have decided or expected myself to fulfill. And I could be sad, I could be angry, and I could control other people, or I can allow myself to be controlled in the name of love and relationship and dharma. Am I doing this because that's what my heart says? Or is it what I believe is expected of me? And I want to make sure I'm good to that. I am doing the job of expectations. Not your expectation, other people's expectations. And we don't even know if that's exactly what other people expect of you. We made this assumption and we made this change or changes in our lives, sacrificing our own happiness just to appease someone else's expectations. And the changes that I've made, the sacrifices that I've made, that the other person didn't actually ask for it. Who benefited from it? Did I benefit from it? Did the other person benefit from it? Or did everybody lose in that situation and feeling frustrated? That's not what I wanted. Both sides are saying that's not what I wanted. So that's called adjustment without communication and understanding. Making adjustments without communication or understanding is futile, is useless. There's no point making any adjustment without real communication, heart to heart, and real understanding.